Hey art lovers, if you ever wanted to unleash your inner imagination, today's your lucky day. We're diving into the magical world of Procreate. Whether you're a complete beginner or looking to sharpen your skills, this tutorial is for you. So grab your iPad and your stylus and let's get started. Alright, let's open up Procreate. You'll land in the gallery where all your masterpieces will be stored. Ready to create something new? Let's just tap that plus button in the top right. You'll see a bunch of different canvas sizes, and for our first project, let's pick the square, which is normally which one I go with. This one is perfect for sketches and illustrations, especially if you're going to be posting them to social media. Now that we have our canvas, let's break down the interface. At the top, we have the actions menu. Think of it as your toolkit. The first action button has the add, which shows all your insert photos, text, copy. Next, click on the canvas. This shows crop and resize. You can put a drawing guide on, and you can edit that to however you like. And then there's also a flip horizontal and flip vertical information on there as well. Next, go into the share. This is where we can share all of our stuff, and we will go over that in just a bit. Next is video. This shows you a time-lapse video. You can set it in the beginning if you'd like it to record or not, and then after that you can replay all that you just did. Next is the preferences. This is just stuff like what you would prefer. We can go over this in a different video if you would like. Next is help. That just kind of shows you what you need. Next, if you click on the magic icon, or I call it the magic icon, it's the one right next to the tools. Here you have your adjustments where you can change the color balance, you can add a blur, you can sharpen, you can do a glitch, liquefy. There's just a bunch of different options in here. And if you watch my football series, I used the perspective blur to blur out the sky and the water, if that helps to show you what it looks like. Next is the S button, and down here at the bottom you can see you have multiple options. You can add something, remove if you have anything, you can copy and paste, you can fill the color, you can clear. There's options for automatic, there's options for freehand, rectangle, and ellipse. So that just shows the shape that it would be doing it in. Next, you have just this little button up here. This just gives you the option to crop something or resize it if you do have a picture in there. And then to the right, you'll find your brush, smudge, and your eraser tools. As you can see, there is a bunch of different options whenever it comes to what you could do. You have multiple different lists down here, so these are the ones that I've used, just kind of messing around with them. You have sketching, inking, drawing, painting, artistic, calligraphy, airbrushing, textures, abstract, charcoals, elements, spray paints, materials, vintage, luminance, industrial, organic, and water. So there's a bunch of different options, and then if you want to create your own brushes, I will pop that video up at the end so you can go watch that as well, where I show you how to create your own in Procreate. Next, we have this touch button. It doesn't really do anything in my opinion. I don't ever use it. The one up here is erasing, so if you do mess up and you want to erase something, that's how you do it. And this next button right here is the layers. So this is a very important part if you're doing something that is more detailed. And layers are kind of like magic with the way that I use it. So if you want to add a new layer, you will just press the plus button. You can add however many you want. I think I've had up to 55 one time, so I don't think there's a limit. And usually layers are used just to add more depth. If you scroll over to the layers, you can lock, or you can't do anything to it, that locks it. You can duplicate, so it just makes another exactly like it, and you can also delete. If you press on here, if you press on the picture, you can rename, you can copy, you can fill the layer. There's a bunch of different options to do with layers. This background color is always going to be here. It just allows you to change the background to whatever you would like. And then let's get into color. So whenever you open the color tab on the top right, here you can choose from a color disc, classic, or harmony settings. There's also value. I don't really use that much. And then there's palettes. So you can create your own palette if you would like, and they also have a few that you have preset. There's also cards where it shows you a bunch of the different colors. And then if you guys would like a video on how to create your own palettes, be sure to let me know in the comments. Next up, if you look over here on the left, we have size. So that's going to determine the size of your brush. And we also have opacity. So this is how dark you want the brush to look. Normally I stick to 100 unless I'm doing something like blush on a face, then I'll move it down. But alright, let's say that you are done and you want to share it. You're going to click the wrench icon on the top left over by gallery. You're going to click on share. Then you can share the image however you would like. This share layers at the bottom, that's only going to share certain layers. So if you only want layer 1 and 2 to be shared but not the others, you can choose that. If you want all of them to be shared, you just do the top one with share image. Personally, I usually prefer JPEG, so then you would select your format and then choose save image to keep it on your device right here, or you can airdrop. But I usually prefer JPEG just because it goes the easiest with social media, so if you're planning on sharing it, that's what I recommend. And there you have it, your quick guide to getting started with Procreate. I hope you're feeling inspired and ready to create. If you guys have any more questions or anything that you would like me to answer whenever it comes to Procreate, I am more than happy to help you out there, so be sure to comment them. And if you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more art tips. Thanks for watching and happy drawing!